Okay, I have started the recording. We are on our Tuesday night team conference call. It is so great to see your faces. We have, oh my goodness, we have so many people on tonight, so this is even more exciting. I am so glad that you joined us. As you know, I'm Melissa Gratz, one of the superstar directors in this group. I'm so glad that you are here. Tonight we are talking about part 2 of the new way to party with Scentsy. What is going on? Wendy, what are you mouthing and reading? What did I miss? Okay, hold on. I better do some more shout outs from the chat. So let's see.
Karen is on the call.
What?
Karen Sting is on the call. Long lost Karen.
You were the first person on here, and I already said Karen Sting's on. So good to see you.
I did not.
So you were busy sewing the picnic table cover. Just kidding. Okay, Dana promoted to lead. Shout out to me for getting on Zoom. Yes, Jackie, shouted you out. Good evening, Tiffany. Karen, I'm so excited you're here. Jen Derrick, paid at title, second month in a row. Wendy Weeks, $30 from the biggest May I've ever had. Amber, I had the most pre-orders ever for NFL. Please bring out the NHL. Amber has recruited 2 new consultants. Cassie had a team member promote to lead this week. Debbie, my May this year is more than double than ever before, $2,300 in sales. Wendy was at $1,500 plus so far. Okay. Oh, ask Brittany where she's at. What she's at. Brittany. Brittany, where are you at?
1,618 after only just 18 days of being with me.
Phenomenal. Congratulations. That is so exciting. And since you are newer to Scentsy, what did you say that number was?
1,618.
So you are $382 away from the $2,000 sales bonus. So you get an extra 5% commission when your sales hit $2,000 for the month. So just to let you know that $2,000 times 30% commission is a $600 paycheck, Brittany. How awesome is that? So you are, what did I say, 300 and something, 382 or whatever that number was away. You can do this. You've got, what, 12 days, 11 days? You're going to make this happen, okay? I want you to be shouting out and saying on a future Zoom that you hit over 2,000, okay? Awesome job.
Thanks.
And Jenna, thank you for pointing that out. Okay, awesome job, you guys. Okay, let's start talking part 2 of last week's call. Now, if you missed last week's call in part 1, it's okay, because tonight we're kind of gonna start from the beginning quickly and move forward. But we are gonna talk part 2. After tonight's call, you will have all the pieces of the puzzle to put on your very own 30-minute Facebook Live party. What we're gonna do is we're gonna all watch together a 20-minute video that Heather put on. That Heather is kind of the brainchild behind all of these pieces to this new Facebook party puzzle. So we're going to watch a 20-minute video together on Heather explaining start to finish how these parties work. And then there is a follow-up clip that I want to show you that's showing results that people are getting from these Facebook Live parties. And then after that, I'm going to tell you where you find the resources, and I'm going to show you what they are. Okay, so that's how the call is going to go. It's going to go quick, and we're going to watch together. We'll take, well, I'll check in with you in a few. Okay, I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to share sound, and we're going to go to here. Let me make this bigger. Okay. Sarah, since you're
Hey
on my
everyone,
screen,
welcome to my 30-minute Facebook party with sample packs, consultant guide, or instructions on how to do this. So I started this at the end of last month and implemented a brand new way that I'm doing Facebook Live 30-minute parties. And I have found I have had a 100% success rate. Every single party that I personally have done has been over 500. Bookings have been made and consultants have joined. So for example, last month alone, I personally sponsored 4. I've already personally sponsored 6 this month, and they're on track to becoming certified doing this exact same method. The PRV is up, and it's almost like a perfect storm, how we talked about, where if you're focusing on getting a Facebook Live 30-minute party booking, the sales will come naturally. The key to this style is going to be the sample packs and the way you're inviting. These are the 2 things that absolutely will make or break your party. Oh, I'm going to add a 3rd thing, and your Google form. Those 3 things. So I'm going to quickly walk through. It may not be quickly. I'm going to try to do this under 30 minutes. Don't worry. Everything I'm showing you has already been typed up. This is what I was trying to get done before posting this video, so you would have all the resources at your fingertips where you're ready to rock and roll. Okay, so step number 1 is I would create your Google form. There is already a YouTube video of specifically showing you how I do my form, how to create it, and what questions I ask. So you got that box checked. Number 2.
Okay, so really quick, we did a video 2 weeks ago on how to create a Google form and what questions to ask. And it is posted on the YouTube channel, the Together We Scent YouTube channel, that all of the recordings of these Tuesday night calls are posted at, okay? And I will show you where that is here in a minute. If there's anything in this video that maybe seems unclear, or that you don't know where to find it, or you don't know what she's talking about, jot down your question and save it to the end, because I will fill in all the blanks.
You've got to find your hostesses. Well, where do you find your hostesses? Well, I start with my Fab 5. These are the 5 people closest to me that no matter what I was selling or what I was doing in my life, they're always there to support me no matter what. These are the people that you could go to and say, I need a huge favor. Will you host a 30-minute Facebook Live party for me? And they would say yes. Once you've exhausted those 5 people, then you start working on your list of 100 or your Frank list, or that great lady that does the video where it's the expansion bubble with that awesome accent. You have to have your list of 100 created. If you don't, this is not going to work. And you're going to have to ask these people to host. Every time someone comes to you to make a purchase, the word should be coming out of your mouth. Would you like to get this for free or half price? Or, hey, do you have a couple of friends that may need some stuff too? Because we can totally add this to your order and get you some rewards. Do not let a single order come to you without offering to give them hostess benefits by a qualifying party, period. You are doing your business a disservice if you are doing that. Now, once you get the yes, this is where it comes into play. Once they say, yes, I will host, you create a Facebook group. Now, there's strict guidelines to getting into the Facebook group. What you want to do is you tell your hostess there is extremely important ways that we are going to invite. The only way that a person can be added to this group is if they say, yes, I want to attend your Facebook Live, which means they have to have a personal conversation with them. You can't just click and add people into this group without talking to them first, period. Now, the first 48 hours, your hostess will invite people to their group once they've said yes and only when they've talked to them. The next 48 hours is when my Google form deadline is for them to complete to get a sample pack in the mail. Now, my sample packs are only mailed to the people that filled out the Google form by my deadline, which is 2 days. I will not send out a pack if they miss the deadline. I am very strict about this, and I make sure my hostess knows that the sample packs may vary depending on what party it is. They're never consistent with each party, because what I've noticed is when a party is successful and all the people book and the hostess gets trigger happy by inviting people the wrong way, they'll get 65 people in their group. Only 19 will fill out the form. So it's only attracting the serious ones that are hopefully going to be purchasing from you. And that way you can weed out the ones that are truly there to buy and the ones that are trying to just get freebies. So I don't ever tell my hostess what's in them. They don't know what's coming. It's an element of surprise. When they get this in the mail, it's like a gift. It is like all the little different samples that they can try. And when they book, they're thinking, oh, I'm going to spoil my friends with this. So it's very important to change it up. Don't keep it the same. Don't let them know what to expect. The people that are supposed to fill out the Google form will fill it out, okay? I don't push the issue, and I just make sure it clearly says fill the form out by the deadline, okay? So in the pack that I've created in your consultant guide, the first 2 sheets are really going to just be for the consultant to keep notes and the timeline of when to post everything. So you will see that on the first couple of pages. The next one will show you when to create the group, what I'm posting, some sample scripts for you. It's very important to read this and make it your own. Do not copy and paste mine. This is simply a suggestion for you to duplicate yours, okay? Day 2, I usually create a hurry while supplies last photo album because we do have some LTOs that just passed. So anytime there's LTOs, I will immediately put those in the photo album so they know it's a sense of urgency, like you better not wait to get these items if you want them. So that's increasing additional purchases before the live has even happened. Then on day 3, I'm just posting a quick this or that. Day 4 is when I'll post a selfie of me going, your sample packs are in the mail. Be watching, your mailbox has never smelled so good. Then the sample packs that I'm sending out, they're actually customized. So I actually put the hostess's face on all of mine because I want it to be that personalized touch where this is the person they know. They don't know this person, not me. They connect with her. And that's why they're here supporting the Scentsy party. So all of my labels are created with my hostess's face on them. I created all of this in Canva. It literally is a drag and drop every time I get a party booked. So then I will, the next day, post a picture, and I created in Canva again. Let's see your delivery. And then later I'll post another, let me get your opinion. Then I'll set the date with the live. So once I mail the packages, I usually, because it's all local typically, if it's in the area that I live in, I allow 3 days for the mail to hit. So if it's over a weekend, I won't mail it, and I will mail on a Monday and count 3 days, and we'll schedule the live there soon after, within a day or 2. So then I get with the hostess and say, hey, does this date work for you at 7 o'clock? She says, yeah. So then I'll post an image that says, it's a date. Let's get together at this time, 7 p.m. on this day. And then I set up an event inside the group. Why am I doing that? I'm setting up the event inside the group because I'll invite each guest and they'll click going because they've already committed and said yes to their friend, which sets a reminder to their phone on Facebook right before the event actually happens, the live. The next day, as I'm just waiting, it's more posting opinions. Then later that day, I post a graphic like this, and it says, I will post and type with this graphic and say something like, hey, you can help Sylvia by posting this picture to your Facebook wall. You never know if your friends may need something. If any of your friends comment on this image, send them this link to join the live. So now I'm reaching out to the people that maybe weren't necessarily invited because the one friends have already committed, but they have a whole network of people that I haven't touched. And I've already had 3 people order and attend a live just from the guests' friends posting this on their wall. So you're really trying to expand that circle. The next one is day 8. It's just, again, a this or that photograph that you can post. Then the day of the party, I'm posting, hey, post a picture of your fur baby. Then the countdown to the live and I do one for the hour, 30 minutes till, 15 minutes till, and then 2 minutes before I go live, I say, drop a selfie and let us know you're here and let's get this party started. So in the sample pack, disclaimer, you should know 100% right now, what you see in my packet, you should not try to duplicate. You don't have to duplicate your business like my business. It is your business to run. You should base your sample packs off what you have, your budget. You don't want to get in over your head. And here's the best thing. Your guest and your party host and their friends have zero expectations of what these packets are supposed to look like. So you can create them to be whatever you want to be. Inside these packets, and I make my own washer with samples so I can get PRV on them. I do not buy them from the store. So I include typically in my mailers, and they're more expensive to mail. So you've got a small, a medium, and large is kind of how we've divided it up and gave you suggestions on easy ways to mail this and less expensive postage. Now,
I will show you after this a spreadsheet that breaks down the 3 categories of sample packs that she just alluded to. So just hang tight. We'll watch hers and then we'll talk about the other ones in a bit.
I'm going to start with the large because that's what I do. And I'll work my way back to the medium and the small. Okay, so what I put in mine, and I usually decide you can have a choice between a catalog, you can put a showcase brochure in there or a product list. It is your choice. If you're gonna do the showcase brochure or the product list, go to the workstation and pull up our PDF catalog version and find the page where it says bundle and save and print that out and stick it in your sample pack so they can see what the bundle and save deals are. I also printed the $20 join special that goes in every single person's. I usually, if I include a catalog, I will put a little post-it note off to the side where it marks the bundle and save if it's a catalog. I did put the clean brochure from the family store, and I just printed off the counter clean, the before and afters of some samples. Here is the laundry brochure. I did print off my little story of Join the Journey, Change Your Life that I saw either Chloe Cox or Stacy Behringer do, somebody fabulous, that I totally duplicated what they did. It's super easy, made them in Canva. And then here's how to earn your free business kit. I also put in mine a body sample, a Scentsy soak sample, and a washer with sample. These labels are in that fabulous labels Facebook group page or the samples page. And then I did a dish soap sample. Just the little bottles are purchased on Amazon. And then I did include the scent and warmer of the month. But don't put this in if you know it's on back order or it's out of stock or something like that. You don't want to include this. So check your workstation so you're up to date on current things. So that's included as well. And then I did create a coupon that I use. So give your hostess an extra half price item, schedule your online live, and they will receive an additional half price item. These coordinate with what's on my Google form that you'll see. Spoil Me, a free warmer and additional host rewards when you host an online live. I'm not telling them what warmer I'm giving them because I'm going to watch to see what their sales are. So if it's, a $200 qualifying party, it's definitely going to be a mini warmer that I'm giving them. And then I have at the bottom for referring me a new team member, a dollar amount that you can do in free product of your choice. So that is what I include in mine. Oh, and I forgot the scents. So I took a Scentsy bar and a Pampered Chef paring knife, and I thinly shaved slivers of my bar and put them in here. and I just labeled them with the label. You can do a Sharpie, it doesn't matter. You can do all of the new releases or 2 of the new releases. It doesn't matter, as long something is better than nothing. I personally did all of the new releases. During the summer months, I will buy extra of the felt or felt samples on Amazon. And before I mail these, I'm gonna have my kid or my husband open this up and drop a felt piece in my envelope, or little baggie, whatever this is called, in here before I mail it. That way, if the sun starts mailing it on its way, it'll just adhere and make my own little samples where I don't have to pre-dip and waste that time ahead of time. So I did do the new releases for mine. And then on my Google form, I had them check a box, one category of the fragrances that they typically love. Whatever category they selected on my form, I also put those in their envelope, their sample envelope as well. And those are the contents of mine. Now, here is some suggestions that you could do as far as, oops, I already have it open. Sorry, I'm trying to pull it up for you. Okay, so for a medium budget, you would include a showcase brochure, the bundle and save printout, the $20 join special printout right now. You could do 12 to 15 wax samples, the scent and warmer of the month flyer with a rub and smell, make your own coupon, your story little flyer you're creating, the earn a kit flyer you're creating. You could do a body sample because it's flat, a Scentsy soak sample, and then you could do the clean brochures with maybe the counter clean, the before and after picture stuck in it, and the laundry brochure with the rub and smell stickers. You could put that in a poly mailer or a padded envelope, and you're looking at about $3.40-ish to mail. So it's on the less expensive side, but you've got to be careful because if they start inviting tons of people and they're filling out the forms, you can have as many as 20 people doing it, right? So you want to be smart depending on what your budget is and how much you're willing to spend. Mine are about $5.04 a piece to mail. And then the smaller end, which still works, right? Remember, they don't know what's coming, so you just start out small. This one would actually be mailed in a regular envelope, right? So easy. A product list, the bundle and save printout, the $20 join special printout currently. You could do 6 flat wax samples. Just pick one for each category, or chop up your bar that came in your kit. Just pick out 6 of these and throw them in the envelope. It's totally fine. It doesn't matter. You could make your coupon. You could do your story and the earn a kit flyer and do the body sample. These body samples aren't that fat, so they don't take up a lot. So this would be about 70 cents to mail this one, okay? So keep that in mind as you're building your sample kits. You've got to just create whatever your budget is available to do. Don't get in over your head, and something is better than nothing. You're going to keep hearing me say this because it really doesn't matter. You don't have to do what I do. It really is that element of surprise when they are engaged before the party, and then it's almost like they kind of feel like they have to attend and buy because you're like, oh my gosh, I would feel guilty if somebody sent me this and I wasn't participating or didn't show up, right? So at the numbers behind me during my live too, this is the other part that I have to share with you really quick before we wrap up, is they can pick a number at any time during my live party. As soon as they pick that number, it's theirs. I don't tell them what it is because you cannot announce what prizes are, even in a private group. It's not allowed. So you can do it in a private message, but not one single person has even asked me what it is on the spot because they can't talk to me, right? They're only chatting. So what I do is I have them pick a number and I'll either send it to them in a private message or I'll just tell them when we book their party and they have their party. It's a surprise. So make sure that if you're doing that, you cannot announce the prizes publicly. And then I did offer a host exclusive benefit to one of my hostesses. I told her if she got 3 bookings that she would get a prize. but you can't announce that either. So if you're going to do that, just send your hostess a message sometime before the party so she's aware of it. So when you do announce, pick a number, then she's going to be on your side going, somebody book. I need y'all to book. I need 2 more numbers. So they want to end up helping their host. And so I'll always start out my lives by saying, I know most of you said, how can I help my hostess get an extra half price item? And here is how you can do it. By picking a number behind me, for every person that picks a number, she is going to get an extra half price off item by you hosting your own 30-minute live like we're doing here tonight. Well, they start calling out the numbers like crazy. The last party I did was 1,300 in sales and 9 bookings. So the potential is there, but it depends on what you're deciding that you're going to send, and you follow the system, and the inviting and the Google form is key. And the great thing about the Google form is the way I have the 3 questions at the end, it leads you to follow up for future bookings, for them to host, and for them to join. And what I have found is when these parties are so great, over 500 or 1,000, you calculate what the commission is and you tell your host, you know, you can get your starter kit for free with your host credit or join for $20 and you can make this much off your party and you can have all the bookings. It's a no-brainer for them, a win-win, and they're now joining your team. So I hope that you will implement this some way to fit your business style and it fits in, because I'm telling you, when you start spending your time and energy focusing on getting the bookings, the sales will come naturally. You're getting introduced to brand new people. And that's the thing. If you're not meeting new people every single day, you're not growing your business. And this is the perfect opportunity to get them to join. It's the perfect storm. Who doesn't have their friends already together? Sales are flowing in, and heck yeah, I'll take that commission off that. I'll sign up and join. It's the perfect storm. And the way that we're moving in the future, people will be doing online parties. If you're not doing online parties right now, you've got to. I don't know how long it's going to be till we get back to normal, but this is our new normal now. So if you are not taking advantage of this and trying it, I highly recommend you give it a shot. If you're a new consultant, I want to tell you this. You don't have to have a huge display to start this. What you do have to do is find 5 people immediately to say yes to hosting a party for you. And all you can do is this. Where's my catalog? Here it is. You got catalogs in your kit, right? The great thing about that is you can do a catalog walk and talk about the things visually and send out, cut up that bar that came in your starter kit and send that out to people. Print stuff off the workstation, get it in their hands. Talk about what your favorite products may be and how products work. When you hit that 500 in your first 15 days, then you can qualify to purchase that shooting star kit, which now makes your display even bigger for your Facebook Lives. It's a win-win when you're setting yourself up for success, and it's with bookings, not individual orders. Thanks for listening, and we'll chat soon. Good luck with your Facebook Lives. Hey, everyone.
Okay, I'm back. All right, so the big thing that I want to say, well, I jotted down some notes. I have a lot to say, but let me sum this up. The big thing that she last said was you don't have to have a huge display in order to do this. So I watched, and so did a couple other of us, we watched Heather do one of her 30-minute Facebook Lives, and legitimately, she discussed the products. That display that you saw behind her is a purposefully set up display. It has one of each product on it, and she just went and talked about them. When she talked about warmers, and here's the thing, you can do this by using the catalog, just like she said. You don't have to have the physical product. Whatever physical products that you have that you can set up a display, then when you're going through the catalog, if you have that physical product right there with you, then you will pull it and show that physical product. when she showed the warmers, she also gave the tip about the the light bulb wattage being on the bottom of the warmer and with the silver sticker. That was a little tidbit. She also showed what that number means that's on the dish of the warmer. That tells you how many cubes will fit in that dish for that warmer. She talked about the cotton cleanup, and we're using a cotton ball to clean the wax. She showed a cord concealing stand. When she was showcasing a plug-in or a mini warmer, she showed that the base rotates, so it doesn't matter which direction that your plug is. She told, so she also offered these tidbits in between showing products about not adding new wax to old wax and how that just dilutes the good stuff. And she used the analogy, you would never take a watered down glass of lemonade and dump new lemonade on top, because it's just going to water it down. It's kind of the same with wax. And then, so she included, Becker, you're nodding. Were there any other tips or anything that you wanted to add in?
The cord concealing thing, she showed that.
Yep.
Not going to have that, but if you have one, great to show. If not, show it in the catalog, because they are the greatest things.
Yep.
I took a bunch of notes too when she was.
Was there anything else that you would want to say with regards to how she showed things? If you do, you can just interject or unmute. Here's the thing too, is you don't have to show every single product if you don't want to. You can make reference to the pet line. You could make reference to the body line. You could make reference to the cleaning line. If you don't want to spend, time showcasing every single product or product category, then pick your favorites. Obviously wax and warmers is Scentsy's bread and butter. You want to talk about those. People don't know that we have diffusers and oils, so it's probably important to talk about those. It's important to talk.
When she showed the scent pack, and she did not show a buddy, she explained what the buddies are and how if you have kids and you can do the whole tooth fairy thing with the buddies. She did not have one, but it was a good segue from the scent pack. Usually we put them in here, but you can use them for other things.
Yeah, because you're right. A lot of times we showcase the buddy with the scent pack, and then people only think that the scent pack is for the buddy. Whereas she flipped it and showed the scent pack and said, you can use, like right now, I have a scent pack hanging in our coat closet in our hallway because it needed fragrance in there, and I hung a scent pack on one of the hangers in there. So, but it was great to segue from, here's our scent packs. Oh, and they also scent our buddies. So instead of doing the reverse. Okay, so the 30-minute live, because that's one part she didn't spend a lot of time on in this video that we just watched. The 30-minute live is essentially a catalog walk or a product demo or a product display, okay? Now, because we are getting to the time almost being up, I want to go right into the resources, but wait. A couple things from the video that I made notes on. When she said it's very important that your host or hostess have a conversation with their guests about when they're inviting them, you can do that, or your host can do that, either verbally over the phone, or what Heather didn't say, which is perfectly fine too, is via text message. But not a group message, an individual message, where if that person comes back and says, yes, I would like to be added, or yes, I'd like to be invited, that counts as what Heather was saying as a personal conversation invitation for that guest. So text does work as well. Something that at least gives you that interaction to where you have an affirmative response that they want to be added to the party. Okay, I'll show graphics. There is, if you are not a member of the sample page on Facebook, there is a sample, I think it's All Things Samples. Somebody tell me what it's called.
It's
Come
all
on.
about samples.
What is it?
It's all about samples.
All About Samples. Thank you. If you search All About Samples, that page will come up. I think there's 37,000 people on it, and every label and ingredients list and scent sample label that you could possibly need, somebody has probably loaded onto that page. And then there's all different ways to make samples and all kinds of things. So all about samples. Thank you, Mary. The only two resources I don't have to show you is the story flyer that Heather personally made. That is her story, but here's what you can do to duplicate or make your own is go back to the video, and you'll be able to do that when this recording comes out. Go back to the video and pause it when Heather shows her story if you want to get an idea of what her story card looks like. And the coupon. I do not have what her coupon is. I don't personally use the coupon with my sample packs or in my mailers. And so I don't have that resource. I can try to get it if it's something that you're interested in, or maybe I can make available. But as of right now, you'll have everything else except for those two things. Okay, let me share my screen again. And okay, Wendy, I can see you. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me okay and see my screen. Okay, perfect. Thank you. So here is, and I will be uploading these all to the Together We Scent page. And I will probably just make them available in a Google Drive link that you will have access to them in. But we have, and I want to make a point of calling your attention to these items. We have the 30-minute Facebook Live consultant guide instruction sheet. That is what Heather was showing you. She was walking through when she was showing you all those different graphics and when they get posted. That guide, where that first 2 pages are for you to keep track of your party, and then it tells you everything that you're going to do for that party. That instruction guide is a Microsoft Word document. You will have that. The contents of the sample pack that she talked about, you will have that. These samples and the small, medium, large sample pack contents, those are in Excel spreadsheets. You will have that. And then all of the graphics that are referenced in the host consult or the consultant walkthrough packet, all those graphics are here listed or shown, as you can see on your screen. And it tells you what they are for, and their picture is where they fit into the guide. Something else that she didn't reference that we do have is this guide that you can share with your host or hostess that gives them an idea of what you are doing. It gives them an idea of creating their wish list, how to decide who to invite, only when they say yes, add them to the group page, send them a person. It walks your hostess through the steps. And then when you go through it with her, easy. This is a host guide for her. And then something else I want to call your attention to. Remember, this is the graphic we built together a couple weeks ago. Now, remember last week, I said your homework from last week's Zoom was 2 things. To find an app that you like, that you can add words to photos and add photos to photos. Okay, that was homework assignment number 1. Remember, I use Over. Heather uses Canva. She said that in the video. But there is PicMonkey. There is a million apps out there. I wanted you to find one that you can get comfortable with. And number 2, for you to do your Google form. That form that we reference that the guests will fill out if they want to receive a sample pack in the mail. Now, going back to the app, why is that important? Because we have given you the graphic, and all you have to do is post over the top of where it says host photo, your hostess's picture. But you will have to do that through whatever app it is that you're getting good at using. Same in this case. It's a live party. Add host picture here. See you on. You would enter the date right here in this spot. And down here in this group page, you would put the link of the group page right here. Now, these don't give you visual prompts by telling you that this is the date and this is where you would post the group page. But I can put it here, the add host picture, because you'll be covering this up with a host picture.
Instructed to evacuate immediately.
Mute. Okay. And in this case, let's see, there was one more, I think, that Yes, here. Remember when Heather held up you saw the picture of her holding the mailer that went out? That picture would go right here. Place your photo here holding that mailer. So that same picture that you posted showing, hey, the sample packs are going out, you can post right here that says, let's celebrate, let's see your delivery. Okay, so that's where those apps are going to come into play, where you're going to want to be able to add to these graphics, just like the it's a date graphic right here. You're going to put the date in here. Be back in this group page on. Here's the date. It's not too late to bring a friend. Add them to the group. You're going to add the group name here. Okay, so on all of these graphics, if there are spaces to fill in, here's where you would place your host photo. Here's where you would place the group link. You would type it out. Obviously, what we did is just create template graphics so that you can enter. You don't have to recreate the wheel, but you have to edit these graphics, pull them into some kind of photo app or Word app, and put the information onto these photos so that you can use them. Okay. All right. I think that covers everything I wanted to tell you, other than, okay, what are the next steps? Well, the first steps are going to be taking a look at, once you have access to this whole drive of resources, it's going to be familiarizing yourself with that consultant guide for these parties, looking at the graphics and familiarizing yourself with the contents of these resources, but then also figuring out your sample packs and what you're going to put in them, and then booking. So really, after this call and this recording goes out and you have access to the resources, it's now the ball is in your court to take this live and implement it into your business. You will basically have everything that you need to run these. And then we always can have discussions. Like next week would be too soon. Nobody probably would have had one by next Tuesday, being able to get out the sample packs or anything. But we will do a check-in in upcoming Zooms. But we can always have conversations with regards to these parties. And if you need advice or how to handle something or how to do something, or we can do that on the Together We Scent Facebook page. Okay, I have not looked at, let's see, well, there's not a ton of chat. So let's see. Do I make a new group for every live and hostess? Yes, you do. A new group for everyone, and that event for the party in each of those specific groups. Then if your host joins, she can make that her business group page, which I love. So if your host ends up joining, that group page can just start out as her own private business page. She's already got her party guests as a part of that group. Karen says she does that also, as I have many parties going at the same time. Prayers to people being evacuated in Saginaw. Yes, there is a flood or a dam, right, that broke. So thank you, Wendy.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
How are you naming the groups? Are you putting the person's name and Scentsy party or 30-minute live? Is that?
Let's see.
I could get creative, but
I might have shared my screen just too premature, but hang on one second. Becker, what was that party that we went to?
It was Teresa's live Scentsy party.
Oh, really? Of course you know it right off the top of your head.
I wrote it down so I would go back.
Of course, Becker. Teresa's live Scentsy party is what it's called.
All right. So you're putting that there's a live in there in the title. Okay.
Yep. Teresa's live Scentsy party. It's a private group. We've been kicked out, Becker. We've been kicked out.
I took all the notes. Dang it.
That's okay. And here's the description. This is a really good, let's see. I'll copy this because this is a really good description to add to your about this group, because as you can see, it comes up publicly. So even though I'm not a member anymore, we can snag this and you could put this as your description so that anybody that shows up can still get to. And this link, though it looks fancy, this myscentedlife.com Teresa's shop, this is just a fancy URL or a fancy name for the party link that Heather created for that party. You know, when you create a brand new party order in your workstation and it says copy this party link, that is what would go right there in that spot. And same with this. This is just a fancy link for when she's going to do the live party, or when she does the live party. So let's see where that takes us. It is going to take us right back to this Facebook page. Okay. So that link that she's sharing is just right to Teresa's this Scentsy Live Facebook page. Okay. All right, so that answers that. Teresa's Live Scentsy Party. Let me get back to you guys. Okay. Any other questions? Right off the bat. A lot of information. We've kind of been easing our way into it. If you've been with us the last couple of weeks, we've been easing into this. This is kind of like the cherry on top, because now after this, you have everything that you need to make this your own and run with it. I wanted to show you a clip of Heather showing proof that it's working, because she has some statistics of some consultants that have been doing these over the last couple of weeks, and their proof, but I think I'll wait on that. I don't want this video to be any longer. So maybe I'll post that video if I can on our page. But anyhow, thank you for sticking with me. I will make this recording and the resources available to you in the next 24 to 48 hours, and we will be off and running. If you haven't figured out which picture app or word app that you like to start practicing with, that's important you do that. If you haven't, oh, I wanted to show you one more thing. Hang on one second. I wanted to show you on screen share. So on our YouTube channel, let me move this. I need to clean up this desktop. That is on the list of things to do. But our YouTube channel right here. So it is, hold on, let me get to it. Bear with me just one second. Well, I'm not going to, this won't show you the fancy channel, but this is my backside of my channel. But on here is, we talked about a couple weeks ago, turning individual orders into parties and using personal shopping links. We did a Zoom chat that showed everybody how to create a Google chat or a Google form and the questions to ask for these parties. Then we did me showing how to a Zoom chat of designing graphics. Now, you aren't going to have to design graphics, because we've designed most of those for you. But if you are interested in coming back and learning how we built some of the graphics, that's a good video. And then this other video, if you missed last week's Zoom, the new way to party with Scentsy Part 1, that is listed here as well. And right above this, once I get it uploaded, will be the new way to party with Scentsy Part 2, which is tonight's Zoom. Okay, so we have that YouTube channel. I will post the link to the YouTube channel on the Together We Scent page as well, so that you can subscribe to it if you want to, so that you're notified anytime a new video is added to that channel on YouTube. Okay? Done. Thank you for sticking with me.
Thank you.
I've made your brains explode the last couple weeks, but I promise you, we are going to get to really great places with this new style and all of these resources, and the fact that none of you have to recreate the wheel, or I don't send you off having to create all of the components to make this happen. You have all the tools at your fingertips, all the tools at your fingertips. It's up to you to book, to make these happen, and I'm telling you, the results are really, really good, especially with this weird, not normal, new normal that we're living in. So, okay, have a fantastic week. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you all very soon.